Hello, y'all. This is your friend Andrew. Today, what I'll be speaking about is 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 money problems here in America. Now, I'm a good guy. Don't like to sell drugs. Not my thing. Not a hustler in the streets. But but I tried to go to school multiple times, back to school, and it didn't work. Now, please understand, right, y'all? Certain things wasn't meant for y'all because it just wasn't. It wasn't in the goals for y'all because of the Most High didn't want it that for y'all. Now, please understand, right, y'all, that this place, America, it's it's actually like one big hungry money machine. It's like one big hungry money machine, literally. And I want to explain why, right? Now you got gang wars that's going on all over America. Los Angeles, New York City, Chicago, Miami, other places, right? Now, what do you think happens when a person dies? Their organs are taken and sold to the hospitals for $5,000, $2,000 for a person who are in need of a heart transplant, kidney transplant, lung lung transplant, and much more, right? So they are profiting off people's deaths because they taking their organs and giving it to the hospitals, and the hospitals are selling it to people who are in need of an organ transplant. You know what I mean? Sorry, y'all. Just had to do something real quick. But y'all, please understand, right? When people die, their organs are taken and given to the hospitals for people to sell to people who are in need of organ transplants. Now, from there, from there to that, it deals with the funeral homes, with caskets, with funerals being paid for, so that certain family members can have a perfect, can have a can have a proper burial for loved ones and family members and friends and wives and husbands and children, and they getting paid off for that. At least like $10,000, $5,000 for a funeral and caskets and much more. And the church get paid for that too as well. And from there, from the funerals to the organ transplants, cells in the hospitals, then you got the guns that's being sold onto the streets by corrupt police officers and military agents and CIA agents, so that these people could sell drugs more and shoot and kill one another within all nations. This happening within people of all nations. You got the Hell Angels, you got the Mongols, you got other biking gangs that's killing each other. You got the Crips, you got the Bloods, you got the Latin Kings, you got the MF-13 members, you got the Popsies. You got so many gangs here in America and other places that are receiving guns, that are buying guns, and these money is returning back to the government. The transplant organs is returning back to the government. The funerals paid for loved ones to be buried properly are returning back to the government. drugs being sold here in America. The money is being sold. No, the money is being taken back to the government. Dirty money. Where people made from pimping, hustling, drugs, sex trafficking. And you know what's real sad? What's going on? These little children, these men and these women who are weak are being sex trafficking. They are being prostituted and put on drugs. And when they do die from sexual abuse or drug overdose, their organs are taken and placed on the black markets and sold. America is filled with filth. We as Americans, we got to get up and put a stop to this madness that's going on. We got to put a stop to this gang violence. Because many people are losing their lives. And their organs are being sold to the hospitals. And funerals are being paid for. And the government is being paid a lot every day here in America. In every place. White, black, Asian, Hispanic, Mexican communities, Asians, Indians. Doesn't matter, they being paid. This is why I said this exactly. America is like one big death money machine. Cause they keep profiting off of people's deaths. And it's terrible. People are trapped in a spider web and don't even know it. That they are being set up to be killed. And their organs taken. And it goes deeper than that. And they just don't want your organs. They want your melanin also. That's in your organs, in your flesh. Because it's worth more than gold. An ounce of it is worth more than gold. So melanated people are better off dead. And melanated people are better off dead in these elites' eyes. Because they're setting up the traps for them to be killed. By setting up traps in the ghettos. Like they set up these gangs. Which was eventually set up by the Black Panthers. But certain members of the Black Panthers became corrupt and turned these Crips and Bloods into criminals who was no longer protecting their communities, but the very ones who are destroying it and converting individuals to be criminals. Now, what do you call people who terrorize a community and selling drugs and prostituting women and killing people over the most smallest things? You call them terrorists. They got them everywhere in white communities, black communities, Asians, Hispanics, Latinos, Indian communities. They got them everywhere. You got the Hell Angels, the Mongols, Crips, Bloods, MF-13, Latin Kings. But please don't be racist. All gang members are not bad individuals. They just misled it down the wrong path. Trying to go on about their way in the right way. Because they've been misled. They're trying to do the right thing in life. And we as Americans, we do respect that. An individual who hits rock bottom and trying to do the right thing and get up on their own in the right way. We do respect that. And what Martin Luther King did, while these black communities had turned into ghettos, because black people who have Stockholm Syndrome try to force themselves to be friends with racist white individuals who didn't want anything to do with them. That's why they destroyed Black Wall Street 2 times. And not only just that, Martin Luther King and others, they had Stockholm Syndrome and forced white people to accept their benefits and money for free and even sold it to them. Now, since they did that, now look at the communities. There's hardly no black businesses around, unless people are sellouts. And if they are not sellouts, their mother or fathers had businesses, or their ancestors had businesses, and it was passed down through every generation. Or or their mother and fathers work hard most of their lives just to form a business and pass it down to their offspring so that they could live a more comfortable lifestyle than they did. Now look at these black communities. It turned into goddamn ghettos. There's hardly no black businesses. This is why black people can't find no goddamn jobs here in America. Because black people don't own shit. Excuse my language. They don't own nothing here in America, really. We may have a few, but by the masses, they don't. And how can black people generate money for their own for their own race, nationality, and tribe if they don't own no businesses in their own communities? People been profiting off black people failure in life and downfall. And not only just that, it's white Americans who going through it too as well. Because presidents been fucking them over big time. They've been playing with white Wall Street. Now you know those rich, powerful white people have the money and resources to keep white Wall Street going on. And they just playing with people's feelings and money so that people could put more money in it and they could restart it. And they could restart it up all over again. Just to do it all over again. Take people money and do it all over again. White Wall Street was a setup. Ever since they destroyed Black Wall Street, they had negative karma on themselves. What you do unto others as a race and a nation, it shall be done back unto you. So White Wall Street been fucked. And this is why so many white Americans have been committing suicide, because they worked most of their lives and put their money inside White Wall Street, and it started collapsing and their money started to become gone. And those rich bastards who behind the scenes are collecting the money and not giving them shit back in return. And this is why they commit suicide. They work most of their lives, put their money in White Wall Street, and it starts collapsing once they have enough money. Like harvesting crop. Like them harvesting corn crops. And when they have enough of it to sow, and then they start to collapse it so people could do it all over again. This is all just a scheme for these rich, white, and black, Asian people to get rich off. We as Americans, and not just Americans, people of other countries, even islands, we gotta wake up, smell the coffee. We been fucked. And we could unfuck ourselves. That's what I've been trying to do most of my life. Excuse my language. I've been trying to undo this for a very long time. And the more things I learn, the more frustrating things become to me. Because I know how badly people have been played with. And gang wars was just set up by the Ku Klux Klan to take to well, to take a positive melanated community ideas about forming Crips and Bloods and give certain members to turn on their gangs by thinking negative and putting negative thoughts into other heads so they could misbehave and turn that whole entire group into criminals. And that's exactly what happened. And the Ku Klux Klan is the biggest terrorists. They've been hanging slaves for centuries. And they still around. They in White Wall Street. They in the military. They in the CIA. They ain't even at your jobs. This how you know racism is still alive. Because the Ku Klux Klan is still around. We as black people gotta wake up. We black Americans gotta wake up. Cause these racist individuals are playing smart now. They putting drugs and guns inside the community so black people could purposely and deliberately get themselves locked up by thinking stupid and becoming a slave by working 1 hour for a goddamn dime. And being told when to sleep, when to use the bathroom, when to take a shower, when to go out and play basketball or whatever, or work out, and go to bed. That's slavery. They have no goddamn freedom. We black Americans have been played it like we were like little children. And placed inside of detention. Which is like jails and prisons, which you forced to sit down and be told what to do and lose your freedom. and to be honest with it, black people, white people, Asian, Hispanics, Indians, Asians, we never really did have freedom. Because if you're going to work and you're not working for yourself, that's basically slavery. If you're not working for yourself, but you're working for another, and most of your